Alrighty, welcome back everybody to Touch and Grass Podcast with me, your host. Because I'm the one and only host that you'll ever get, and if you don't like me, well, then it's too bad, you're already here. Sorry, it's been a couple of days. I recorded my fourth episode, I believe, but then my audio wasn't working, and now I'm actually using the OBS on my computer. Much better quality. I can actually record my screen now. So I think this is going to be the setup moving forward, and I was trying to start it before the Buffalo Bills game, but man, what a score right now. It is 3-3 here.
It is 3-3 here.
Here, I'll bring it over so you guys can see a live score. It is 3-3. Imagine being a Jets team 10 years ago and holding Buffalo to a 3-3 score. Now, I don't know if that's Rodgers trying to prove that he's like a top quarterback. I don't know if Josh Allen is just having a bad game. Like, I don't know what let me look at if it'll tell me. Weird. Jets box score. They have... Oh, yeah! Whoa, I totally forgot about that. Aaron Rodgers actually got injured. His first Jets game, he got injured. I totally forgot about that. They don't have Dalvin Cook in? Damn it! I needed Dalvin... Actually, did I need Dalvin Cook? Sorry, I'm trying to follow this and follow this. Let's just talk about one thing at once. Yeah, Aaron Rodgers got injured. So he's out now. He threw one ball, and then he got injured. It literally says, attempt one. He threw one ball and got injured. Like that's unheard of. Honestly, it may not be, but it's unheard of for me. They put Zach Wilson in, and Zach Wilson is not doing great, but Josh Allen is not doing great as well, and there's probably so many Jets fans out there. Well, maybe not, but there's probably like the hardcore Jets fans who are like, oh, Zach Wilson is better than Josh Allen. No, he's not. He's 1000% not better. I don't know who would actually be saying that seriously. But let's look at the scores of last week. Very heartbreaking loss for the Patriots. I tuned in at the beginning of the game and at the end of the game, and my brain forgot what I was gonna say. I tuned in at the beginning and it was like 17-0. I'm like, whatever, it's just week one, that's fine. And then I tuned in and it was 20 to 20 to 25. That was the score that I tuned in at, and they had the ball on the Eagles 20-yard line, because for some odd reason the Eagles, instead of punting the ball on the 50-yard line, they decided to go for it and they didn't get it. So that meant, instead of the Patriots getting the ball with a minute to go on their side of the field, they got the ball at the 50-yard line. And yes, they needed to go for a kick, but that's very good confidence to already be at the 50-yard line. They had everything in the bag. They were on the 20-yard line with like 30 seconds to go, and then 2 incomplete passes by Mac Jones, and they lost the game. And I was like, oh, that would have been such a great win. Beat the Eagles in week one to get the haters off of Mac Jones's back. But a loss is a loss, and they should be upset about that. But they should also be happy about making it that close of a score. And then the next games, I'm just looking down this list, the next games are the Rams and the Seahawks. I wasn't really surprised about the high score from the Rams, but I was a little bit surprised that it wasn't a bigger fight from the Seahawks. I don't remember who the quarterback is. Let's see. Oh, what is that? Wait. Sorry about that. Yeah, I don't remember who the quarterback is, actually. Let me just... Geno Smith, wait. Yeah, I'm just a little surprised that the Seahawks didn't put up a bigger fight. I have Kenneth Walker. He's right here. I have Kenneth Walker in my fantasy, and he did okay. Like, he had 10 points. That was okay. But the two guys who killed it for me were Eckler and Brandon Ayuk. I think that's how you say his name. Brandon Ayuk got 32 points. I don't know. I don't remember if that's like big for him or not. So I have to look into that for next week. Justin Herbert got a respectable 20 points. That's pretty respectable for him. Austin Eckler got 26 points. And they still lost the game, but they both had some pretty high points. And then, just so I don't have to keep scrolling sideways like that, I'm just going to stretch it out a little. And then Jalen Waddle did better than I assumed, but I may move on from him. I haven't really decided. I like to at least give it 1 to 2 more weeks before moving on from a player. But it also depends on the league that I'm in. If people want to trade, if people don't want to trade. In this particular league, I have first waiver wire, so I have the pick the litter for anybody, and I may switch out my kicker because I totally forgot that Vegas now has a better quarterback. So Daniel Carlson may not have a bigger opportunity to kick the ball. To kick the ball. So I may switch him out. The 49ers defense did way better. Well, honestly, I was going to say it did way better than I assumed, but they did as good as I assumed they were going to do. Like I picked them for a reason. Like, I picked them early-ish, not crazy, but I didn't wait to pick them. I changed up my strategy this year. I picked defense and kickers much earlier than I usually do, because people are picking quarterbacks much earlier than they usually do. And then Dalvin Cook, he's only got 2 points. I'm very surprised that they're not giving... Honestly, that may have been a mistake picking him up now thinking about it, because Bryce Young already has 100 yards to his name, but no touchdowns. So I may look into I have Ezekiel Elliott, who did actually better than Dalvin Cook. Jacoby Myers did amazing, and I know he's a good player, so I know he's going to do much better. Now, I'm very surprised about Michael Mayer. I thought they were going to give him way more touches, and then I looked at the other tight end of the Raiders. I'm like, oh, they must have given him touches. They didn't give him touches either, so they must have not had a tight end for some weird reason. I don't know why they wouldn't have played either. Maybe they did, and they just never threw the ball to them, which, I mean, is not that weird. But my two depth guys, the brand new guys that got drafted this year, was Zay Jones and Curtis Samuel. They did way better than people assumed. I mean, not extremely, because people assumed they were gonna. Well, not people. They were projected by analysts to get 8.7 and 8.3, and they blew those projections out of the water. Bryce Young, I didn't have a lot of high hopes for him. If he got 14 points, that would have been great, but he only got 7. But I'm gonna wait on him. Kirk Cousins, I mean, he got respectable. I thought he was gonna do a little bit better because I don't know. There's a lot of hype around his name with the quarterback show. I just kind of thought a little bit. I thought more would happen with him. The Bills just scored a touchdown. It's now 9-3. Let me see. Yeah. Tyler. Field goal attempt is good. Oh no, they got a field goal. No, they were at 3. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, they got a touchdown. Why does it say? Maybe I'm just reading that wrong. Anyways, I know they got a touchdown. Tyler Bass got the field goal, so if you guys have Tyler Bass in your league, then you got a point, or two, or whatever, however your league looks at points. Then we're going to look at we were talking about this, because I got distracted by my own team. The Dolphins and Chargers. Now, Tyreek Hill went off. He had like 40 points or something like that. I don't want to look up his name because it's just going to take time. But he had 40 points or something just nuts. And I don't know if that's just like week one hype. But honestly, I would probably lean into that hype a little. Like, Tua has come back from 2 concussions. He's ready. He's pumped. He wants to take this team all the way. Miami really hasn't been that good of a team. And to beat Chargers, a like top 5, top 10 team in week 1, that just proves that the Dolphins could be a sneaky team. And then the Raiders and Broncos, I wasn't really surprised the Raiders beat the Broncos, but the score was much closer than I thought. Now, the next score, as you can all see, it was 40-0. Now, again, do you fall under the hype of Dak Prescott, or do you just assume this was just a once-in-a-life game for him? I'm going to say once-in-a-life game for him because he hasn't really come close. Like, ranking all of the quarterbacks in my head just roughly, I don't know if I would even put him top 10. Like, but I'd have to go down the list. Maybe I do, but I don't really consider him top 10 right now. And then we have the Buffalo and Jets. For some odd reason, it shows 3-0 for the Jets, but on the live screen here, it shows 10-3. Wait, they were at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5. Yeah, okay, weird. I counted wrong before. So it's 10-3. I wouldn't be surprised if the Bills just took the game from here. But yeah, lost my train of thought. It's gonna. Yeah, totally lost my train of thought. I was just making sure my thing was recording because wasn't showing me at first, but it is. So we're gonna probably stream stream, I guess. We'll probably stream until the game is over. Yeah, so we can look at my other team. So we can actually close that window. I'm just going to move this over. Don't worry about the thing in the back. It's a program that I just can't close for some weird reason. We're going to go to my other team. Oh, what's happening? Okay, that was weird. Quit doing that. What is happening? Holy, that was weird. This week I lost just barely. Apparently I have a bye week next week. That's cool. Page is loading. Okay, I was gonna say while it's loading, we can talk about something else. Yeah, so a lot of players. Ooh, totally forgot I had Stephon Diggs in this league. He has 10 points so far. Damn. Maybe I should have put him in. I mean, I wouldn't have known. I would have assumed they'd put Dalvin Cook in. You just signed the guy. But I wonder if they signed him to put the fire in Breece Hall's ass just to get him up and going. And I mean, so far he's doing pretty good. James Conner had 12 points, and he's gonna easily blow out the two. Am I going to win? Let me status. Yeah, none of these games are live. Oh no, they have they have 2 live. So I need the Jets to have a terrible defense, and I need Garrett Wilson. Ooh, damn. I should have put in. I mean, I wouldn't have known. Yeah, so this is my team in the other one. Justin Herbert got 20 points. Josh Jacobs didn't do as good as I assumed he was going to do. Same thing with Najee Harris. I think I fell into the hype too much with Najee Harris. Like, he had an amazing last year. But again, he was against San Francisco, and they do have a great defense. And it was ironic that I have the 49ers defense in my other league. And I would rather the defense do better, but then my player does bad. So I usually wait until like week 3 to really get a good sense of my team. Like, if Najee Harris is still getting 5 points in week 3, then I'm probably going to trade him. If he's getting 10 to 15, or at least higher than 5, like he had way more points than 5 a game last year. Gabe Davis, he does have 3 points right now, so I'm very curious to what is going to happen with him. George Kittle, I thought he was going to have way more points, and they won that game 30-7, so they must have gave those points to somebody else, because Brock Purdy even had 16.8. He didn't even have that much. George Pickens, he had more than Najee Harris, the all-star running back. Keenan Allen had 14 points, and he may be a sneaky pickup. Who also is available in my other league is what was his name? I saved him too because I was like actually shocked. Oh, we had an ankle injury. Aaron Rodgers, it says it's negative though. Actually, it's negative after exiting with an ankle injury. I'm just going to quickly look up what player I saved. I forget who it was. There was also a lot of guys, like Kendrick Bourne had 24 points. Like, that's a little surprising for him, but honestly, I may pick him up because I have the option to. But there was somebody in my other league that was available in the waiver wire, or in players that I picked up. Let me just look. Oh, it was Brandon Ayuk. Somebody had him, and then they cut him. They cut him after week 1 because they didn't think he was going to do good. He just got 32 points. That guy's probably shitting his pants. Like, I cut that friggin' guy. I may try and pick him up because, I mean, yeah, week 1 hype, but like, with a player like him, you're kind of guaranteed to at least get 15 points. Maybe 10 a game. But, like, even 10 a game is pretty good. There's a couple prospects that are in the waiver wire that is out in a lot of leagues right now that did amazing. Like, I forget he was just up on the screen, but I forget his name. He's from the Rams. Where is he? At 20. Oh, there's a guy. Yeah, there he is. Puka Nacua. Now, you have to look into why he was put in. Was he put in because somebody got injured? Was he put in to just be given a chance? Do they not have a lot of wide receivers? Was their main wide receiver just not doing good? Was he just on fire? Did he just get himself... There's a lot of variables with a new player coming into the league. But I tend to take chances on rookie wide receivers because you never know. Like, you could pick them up, and it's all weekly based. Like, you're gonna be dropping guys, picking guys up, trading for guys throughout the different weeks. Like right now, Gabe Davis has 3.6 points, and I could cut him, and then next week he has 20. It's all, like I've mentioned almost every single podcast. It's all subjective based. There could be one guy who has 15 points then the next game has 2. Like Aaron Rodgers, I've had him for the last 2 years as my starting quarterback. Some games he gets 20, some games he gets 8 points. It's like, what the hell, Aaron Rodgers? Like, you're supposed to be a top quarterback. I remember, I just got distracted because I have the app on my phone, so I just got distracted by a notification. I'm assuming stuff on Diggs, but I'll see what it says. Oh, Aaron Rodgers will not return because of an ankle injury. X-rays were negative. So they are negative, which is good, I believe, in doctor terms. I believe negative is good. But he's still, it's still going to be a weak ankle. But, yeah, I'm very surprised about that. And I'm also surprised about Jalen Hurts, just looking at the other team here, because somebody I know has Jalen Hurts on the team, and he only got 12 points. Like, oh, see, that still surprises me, though. Like, he got 20 points, but still lost. It still only had 12 points, so that's weird. And then the depth did kind of actually very good. I was thinking about picking that guy up, and I probably should have. Yeah, their depth did better than my depth by 20 points. So I'll look into maybe switching up my teams. Oh, that's what my point was. It's all subjective based, but you have to look at how consistent are they. Like, would you rather take a chance on a guy who gets consistent 5 points a game, or would you rather take a chance on a guy who gets 5 points and then gets 20, but then next week gets 5? You have to also look at that. Like, there was a guy I remember I had, and I dropped him every other week because for some reason that's just what he was doing. He kept getting 5 weeks one week and then 20 the next and then 5 the next. So I started picking up on that, and I would put him in for the week that I knew he was going to get 15 to 20 points. I don't know what it was about him. Just every other week he did better. And then the next week he did absolutely crap. So I would pay attention to players like that. Like, Justin Herbert was projected to get 16 points, and he got 4 more points than his projection. Josh Jacobs was supposed to get 16 points, but he got 9 points lower than his projection. And then there's players like Stephon Diggs, who's pretty much probably going to get his projection or even more. If he does get more from me, then I would be leading, because right now Garrett Wilson actually only has 1 point, but their defense has 10. So I need their defense to lose. I need the Bills to get more points. Gabe Davis is not doing good for me. It's bit like we're kind of neck and neck right now. Like we're literally 6 points off. I won in my other week by a landslide. I will show you. Just for some reason it's weird. Sorry about this. For some reason it just doesn't load properly. Yeah, I crushed them. I have 152 to 90. It's because I had Justin Herbert get 20. I had Brandon Ayuk get 32. I had Jacoby Myers get 29. And then my depth did, okay. Like, I probably would have put Zay Jones in over... I wouldn't have known, but now I'm probably going to put him in over maybe Dalvin Cook, because I don't know if they're going to play Dalvin Cook. I'm now thinking they signed Dalvin Cook to make Breece Hall better. Just an update about the game. It is still 10-3. The Bills ball at 3-1 at the Jets 22. So a very good opportunity for the Bills. I was about to say Patriots. For the Bills to get a touchdown or at least a kick to at least kind of spread that score apart, but not by far. Like, if the Jets get a touchdown, the score is right back to being 3 points off. So if the Bills want to kind of stretch the game or stretch the points, they gotta at least get points right now on this drive. I know somebody who's watching the Bills game too, a good friend. He's a big Bills fan. He's probably mad that the Jets are holding him right now. Oh yeah, I was also going to talk about the matchups for week 2. So week 2 we have the Eagles against the Vikings. Now it does say the Eagles are favored to win, but they were favored to win against the Patriots, and they did beat the Patriots, but not by a bigger score margin than people thought. Now I would probably take the Eagles here, but don't be surprised that the Vikings win. I would put, like, if I had to put money on the two, I would probably put money on the Eagles. Just because I like what's his name, Kirk Cousins, and obviously Justin Jefferson is one of the best wide receivers in the game. But something's got to happen with that team. They got to have some other wide receiver. Like, who is literally the other wide receiver? All I can think of is Justin Jefferson. Where is it? Vikings box score? Let's see. They have Jordan Addison and TJ Hawkinson. Right, actually, TJ Hawkinson had a great game. I forgot about TJ Hawkinson. I was going to draft him, and I probably should have, but I think he went 36th, and I picked... because it was a snake draft. I picked 3rd, so I picked Austin Eckler, and then I would have picked 3rd if it wasn't a snake draft. Which I do like the snake drafts over the honestly, I've actually only tried snake drafts because most of the time you're 6th, so there's going to be one team that has obviously better players on it. That's the fun thing about a snake draft. But yeah, Justin Jefferson obviously did amazing. TJ Hawkinson, point wise, at least in fantasy, did better. But like, I don't know who the other wide receivers are. Like, but did they win? Yeah, see, they lost because they have one wide receiver that they throw the ball to. He still had 150 yards. Like, he's still an amazing wide receiver. But there's nothing that the Vikings can do. There's nothing the Vikings can do because they don't have anybody else to throw to. That is exactly why they got TJ Hawkinson. But again, like, he just got paid a bunch of money. That's really it. Like, he's a good wide receiver, but he's like top 4 maybe top 2. He is behind Mark Andrews, because number 1 is obviously Travis Kelce. But it's just the Vikings. Like, I would see, the Vikings are not a good team because they haven't figured it out. But I would put money on them being my dark horse to win it all. Because Jefferson has to win it. They gotta, like, if they don't win it for him, they're just gonna trade the guy. They have to do something with him. But now that they traded for TJ Hawkinson, it's gonna be another probably couple of years until they trade Justin Jefferson. But then, what happens when Kirk Cousins retires? Kirk Cousins like 33 or something like that. Maybe even older. What happens when he retires? You're just gonna let the best wide receiver either walk to free agency or walk or get traded for nothing because you have to trade him. And the other issue that a lot of teams are probably noticing that I didn't even think of until now is he's a great wide receiver, but is his stats inflated because they don't have anybody else to throw the ball to? He hasn't won a cup. He probably has won awards, but that's because he's been the only wide receiver on the Vikings for like years. Like, he is literally the only option to throw the ball or to throw the ball to. So I don't know if he goes to another team and still lights it up. Like, I would assume, but I don't know if it's super guaranteed. Like, is it going to be guaranteed if Justin Jefferson gets traded that he's going to do just as good? I mean, probably, but there's that hinting suspicion that probably not. Like, maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't do good. Just making sure my sound was up. And then again, week 2, we have the Packers and the Falcons. Again, both I was gonna say again I would choose the Packers, but I mean both of them came off a week 1 win, and both of them are on top right now. And who is the quarterback for the Falcons? I want to say it's Desmond Ridder. This wants to load for me. Yeah, Desmond Ridder. He only had 115 yards, and he beat the Panthers only throwing 115 yards. Wow. Who's the Panthers quarterback? Oh, that makes sense. Okay. That makes sense. I do understand why they lost, because he's a young quarterback, but the Panthers, that's kind of a cheap win. Like, you're facing an easy team there. So I would probably give it to the Packers, because who'd the Packers face? They faced the Bears, and they crushed the Bears. Holy shit. Jeez. Because they got Aaron Rodgers. They got Aaron Jones. They got too many Aarons on the Packers. Jordan Love threw for 245 yards. Okay. Now, I think Jordan Love is going to thrive because he's not under Aaron Rodgers' wing. And when you have a quarterback like Aaron Rodgers, you have to play him. Like, you have to play Aaron Rodgers. There's nothing else you can do. So he sat, and Love sat and waited for his opportunity. And Rodgers obviously hated playing for the Packers. And Love wanted to get his chance, so it seemed like a perfect opportunity. And in his first official start as the starter, he threw for 245 yards, and mainly passed off the ball to the running back, because it shows Aaron Jones having 41 yards, which actually isn't that much now looking at it. So maybe he threw quite a bit. But like facing against the Bears, because who's the Bears quarterback? Justin Fields, right? And Justin Fields is a good quarterback. And they got some good players. Sorry. Yeah. So I would honestly probably choose the Packers there, in my opinion. Now the Colts and Texans, that one's hard, because the Colts just got. Didn't the Colts just? No, they. I thought it was whoever just lost the 40-0 game. They lost against the Jaguars. Now the Jaguars are a good team. So it's kind of a toss up. Like, they lost to a good team, so it's kind of a toss up. But honestly, I'd probably just go with the Colts, because oh no, it's CJ Stroud. That's the quarterback for the Titans. How did CJ Stroud do, actually? Wow, he got absolutely crushed by the Ravens. My God. He still threw for 242 yards? Holy hell. How do you lose a game? He didn't throw a single touchdown. You throw for 242 yards and get held by 9 points, or get held to 9 points. He got 1 touchdown, and it wasn't even his touchdown. It was credited as a running touchdown. And then he got a kick, and you lost 9-25. Oh my God. But it's hard to really put that on like a rookie quarterback, because every rookie quarterback is going to stumble out of the gates. But I don't know if he stumbled. I think that was his team that stumbled. And then we have the Seahawks and the Lions. Now, I would actually give this to the Lions, not only because they had a sneaky win last week, but I believe in the Lions. Like, the Lions and the Vikings are my 2 dark horse teams to win. I don't know what the odds are for them winning, but I'm going to wait until a couple more seasons. I mean, there's probably already somebody who has put money on a dark horse to win, because that's just in their head. Oh wait, the Bills haven't finished their game. I'm like, how do they have a 0-0 record? The Chargers and Titans. Now they both lost. Who's the Titans quarterback? Oh no, that's the Saints. Ryan Tannehill. Every single time I always forget about Ryan Tannehill, and I'm actually surprised that Ryan Tannehill and Derek Carr are still in the league. But Derek Carr, I mean, good quarterback. He's a good quarter. He's a top 15 quarterback. I really wouldn't put it past the Saints to go further than they have in the past. I don't know if they would win the whole thing, but maybe. I really wouldn't put it past him. He had 305 yards. That's pretty good. He doesn't really have a lot of help. Like, he has Jamal Williams, Rashid, Tony Jones. Like, I know the one name because he was on Detroit, but I know of this name, but none of these guys are big names. They still have Taysom Hill. Holy. So I would actually probably just go. Oh, in this matchup, sorry, yeah. In this matchup, who'd the Chargers lose to? Okay. That doesn't really help me. Who did the Chargers lose to? Come on. Okay, that doesn't help me at all. They lost to Miami. You know what's funny is I just thought of it too. The Browns had Odell Beckham and Tyreek Hill. Didn't they have Tyreek Hill? They had somebody really fast. I think it was Tyreek Hill. And I remember this happened last year too. They had big hype around him because they won very big. Like, it was a big win because it's like, oh yeah, they finally are a good team. And then as the weeks progressed, they stopped being a good team because the defense realized all they had to do was just slow Tyreek Hill down. So I think that was a tough loss for the Chargers. So I would probably give the Chargers my favor this week. Now, the Raiders and Bills. If the Bills lose, that's gonna be a little demoralizing, but that's gonna be a big victory for Aaron Rodgers. Oh right, they have Jimmy Garoppolo. I personally think they almost lost at 1 point. Wow, against the Broncos. Who's the Broncos quarterback? Oh right, Russell Wilson. Totally forgot about that. That was a weird move for Russell Wilson to move to the Broncos. Like, I don't know why. Like, you went from a good Seahawks team, and then you went to the Broncos of all teams. Like, such a weird decision. Like, the same thing with what's his name going to the Titans. Because his other choice was the Patriots, which I don't even say this as the Patriots, but the Patriots would have made a way better team for him to play for. Like, he would have instantly been their number one wide receiver. He would have instantly had more minutes than everybody. He would have instantly helped the team out better. And now the Titans are 0-1 in their first week because they lost to the Saints. Like, what did he even do? If he's not even on... Oh, that's rushing. Sorry. Okay. DeAndre Hopkins was the number one. I forgot that only shows rushing. That doesn't matter. He was actually the best wide receiver. He averaged 9.3 yards, but it would have made way more sense for him to come to the Patriots. I would have loved him. Everybody would have loved him instantly. But they still lost. They still lost to the friggin' Saints. We would have probably won if we had DeAndre Hopkins on our team. Then the Patriots would have had an established number one wide receiver. Who's the other wide receivers? I mean, he would have been he is an established wide receiver for the Titans. But I don't know. It just seems weird. Maybe he just didn't like Bill Belichick or something. I don't know. It just seems like such a weird decision for him to go to the Titans. Like, I wouldn't have chosen the Titans if I was in his position, because I don't know who the oh, it's Ryan Tannehill. Like, you have, I guess, like, did you really think that the Titans were gonna be like the favorite this year? He probably wanted to go to the Bills, but they didn't have the money. But he honestly thought that the Titans had a better shot than the Patriots. The Patriots had the number one best defense last year. I mean, they still didn't really make the playoffs, but I don't think the Titans made the playoffs. I could be wrong. Let me look that up. I was about to say I was about to say, what are we in? Yeah, 2023. No, 2024? God, I don't remember. Let's see what this says. Okay, that does not help me at all. That literally doesn't help me. Man, why can't I just find a easy list? Can that be fine? Like, why is this so hard to find? I have my screen. Hello? Okay, holy. Is this right? Yeah. So, Tennessee. I can't. Let me force. Okay. Oh no, that was so Tennessee, Titan, Tennessee. Yeah, Tennessee didn't even make it. So I don't know why he would have chosen Tennessee. Like, that doesn't make any sense. Look how close that score was. 38-35. And I had two. When I was watching the game, I had a Chiefs fan next to me and an Eagles fan on the other side. And that was a tough loss, because they came off, like, look at them. They were number one in their division. They crushed the Giants. And what a that would have been a great game. The Vikings against the Eagles. Man, the Vikings. That would have been their opportunity, probably. But, I mean probably, because that would have been a way better game. And what sucks, too, was, I'm just reading all of the scores. Oh, they beat the wait. Wow. The Chargers. I remember that. The Chargers lost to the Jaguars by 1 point. And everybody was flipping out. They're like, oh, Trevor Lawrence is the best. Even Miami without, no, they had Tyreek Hill last year, I believe. Even Miami almost beat Buffalo. That would have been huge if Miami almost beat Buffalo. So Buffalo had a hard time in the playoffs. Philly had an easy time. They was the first game. Didn't they have? Oh, they had a bye. Wait, why didn't Buffalo have a bye? Oh, because it's just like grouping everybody all together. Yeah, that seems... Oh, no, Buffalo wasn't number 2. Kansas City was number 1. Sorry. Kansas City had a bye, and so that was a close game. But then Philly crushed. And then it's like they got tired or something in the Super Bowl. But we're not talking about last year. Let's actually look up... because before I look this up, my prediction for... like a top team to win, I'm gonna say the Bengals, if I'm correctly thinking of teams. Oh yeah, I'm gonna say the Bengals have my favorites to win, and my two dark horses, like I said, are the Vikings and the Lions. But don't put it past. And then I would say probably the team in the middle, who, like, you would be surprised if they won, and you'd be surprised if they lost. Or you wouldn't be surprised if they lost, is the Raiders. Because now they have a better quarterback. Now they have a better wide receiver core. So I think that's gonna be... I think they're gonna be a dark horse. I'll just look up 2024 predictions. Let's see. While this is loading, if nobody has ever played March Madness, it is very fun. I know that's basketball, but still, it is very fun. I'll just make this full screen. So obviously they have the AFC West champions to be the Kansas City Chiefs because they won. Why wouldn't they choose? Why wouldn't they choose them? And then they actually have the AFC North champions being the Bengals. The Bengals should be a better team. What was their was it this? I forget what link I just clicked. I just want to see how far they made it. Oh, click on that dumb link. Which doesn't help me. Okay, whatever. Oh, it's right here. Bengals. Did the Bengals not even? Oh no, with that town. I was gonna say. Yeah, they actually made it. They beat Baltimore. They they crushed Buffalo. That's actually a team that needs to do better. Is Buffalo. Because everybody's talking about the Kansas City Chiefs, and everybody's talking about Cincinnati, and people are talking about Jacksonville, and people are talking about the LA Chargers. But Buffalo has not come close. Like, they lost in the second round, and it wasn't even a close game. Like, 27-10. Like, that just absolutely sucks. And then, obviously, the Chiefs win it. I think that was the... Yeah, that was the first one, right? Yeah. No, the second. Right? Didn't they win? God, I don't remember now. Let me see if I can look that up. How many wins does Chiefs? Anyway, I typed this all and 6. When was the last one? I actually didn't know they had 6, but I just want to know what the earliest ones are. Okay, they did win it in 2020. I figured they did. I don't remember who they faced, but I figured they won it in 2020. So they are now that's funny. They used to be the Dallas Texans. Imagine calling a team the Dallas Texans. Like what a name. Imagine naming your child Dallas Tex or Tex Dallas. Actually, it just sounds like you're saying Text Dallas. That's probably why there's not a lot of people named Tex anymore, because it sounds like you're texting the person. Yeah, I'm surprised that they have 6. I didn't know that they won here. And then obviously they won in 2020 and 23. But let's look at the prediction. So we have the Bengals, actually. It's really funny because the Bengals had the first overall pick in 2020 when the Chiefs won their first... Wait, how old is Patrick Mahomes? He's got to be like... Well, that doesn't help. I thought that would be an easy bit of information. 27. He's 27 already? What? I didn't know that. He was... Wow, that's actually great value. Well, I mean, for him at least, like, going from being drafted, but I mean even better value for the Bengals, because the Bengals drafted Burrow literally 3 years ago, and it's actually a very similar story. Like, they drafted the franchise quarterback 3 years ago, and they're slowly becoming a playoff team. In 3 years for the Chiefs, they won the Super Bowl with the franchise quarterback. And a lot of teams passed up on Patrick Mahomes. I wonder if, like, I don't know. I don't know what people didn't like about Pat Mahomes because he has a cannon of an arm. Like even me, just a regular Joe, not even an NFL scout, but there must have been something that the NFL scouts um didn't like about him. I don't know what, but there must have been something. Um, I'm just reading the article. I got distracted. That one's interesting, but not that much. Like because the Jaguars have to figure something out. Like Trevor Lawrence was supposed to be like the next big quarterback, but you never know. The last name that I can think of that was like the next big quarterback was Peyton Manning, and that was really only because I think Denver didn't really have a good team. Like it didn't yeah. Um, I want to know something too because what was oh that'd be good to know. What was Chase's draft? Because they wanted oh not they wanted them to take the like all-star O-lineman. He went 5th in 2021, so he went 5th the next year, and he was Joe Burrow's #1 wide receiver in college. And a lot of people think that's why they're transitioning so well is because they were he was his #1 target in college. And oh wow, he's the first player in the university's history to pass 2,000 mark in his first 2 seasons. Whoa, that's sweet actually. I didn't know that. Oh, I have a spider on my thingy, my bobber, on my curtain on my window. Totally forgot my train of thought. Yeah, a lot of people, the game is kind of switching that way. It's not about a quarterback making the wide receiver all stars. Well, it still kind of is because there's still like the Brady syndrome where you have a quarterback where you pick just kind of late. You have a wide receiver you pick kind of late, and both of them become stars because there wasn't really a lot there wasn't really a lot to to judge. Like if they failed, you're like, oh well, whatever. It's just a 6th or 7th round draft pick. That's why a lot of teams don't really draft wide receivers this high. But Burrow's had a great connection with Ja'Marr Chase, and now Ja'Marr Chase and Joe Burrow are top players in the league. So the league is kind of playing it that way because now with Davante Adams going to the Raiders, Derek Carr and Davante Adams were college were college teammates, but that didn't really work out. This is kind of a rare situation that it's working out for the Bengals because everybody wanted the Bengals to draft Penei Sewell, like the top offensive lineman in the draft, because Joe Burrow was getting his ass knocked over every single play. But I don't know if that was a good move or a bad move, because obviously Ja'Marr Chase is a all-star wide receiver, but would this I was about to say the Celtics, would the Bengals be a better team with a better lineman? Who knows? Like who really knows? They are a good team right now, but maybe they would have been better. Maybe they would have made it further into the playoffs if they had. But I think it was too much of a great opportunity to pass up. Like college friends, top target in college. But that's the issue. Is like, do you take a chance on your quarterback's top receiver in college? Because college is extremely different from NFL. Sometimes, most of the time, it doesn't work out. Sometimes it does, and in this case, it did actually work out. But yeah, it's a hard thing to take a chance on. It's interesting that it says the Tennessee Titans could very well reclaim the divisional lead this season. Yeah, Buffalo Bills have always been a top team, but they can never. And I feel so bad for Bills. Not right now. They're actually winning 13-3 to give you an update, but it's only the third quarter, so we'll see what happens. It's 3rd and 2 on the Buffalo's 28. The Jets have the ball, so they could actually go for a kick, and that would be wise for them to get some points on the board. There is still 11 minutes left, but we'll see what happens. I wouldn't be surprised by how much the Jets defense is holding the Bills. That actually reminds me to look at what I'm doing fantasy wise. Yeah, sorry. I wouldn't put it past the Jets for doing. No, sorry, that right one. We're actually losing even more now. He has 16 points. He has still 17, so they haven't thrown the ball to him. The Jets defense, I might lose this week. Damn. That's okay. Like, it's really okay losing one game. Like, nobody ever wins every single game. I mean, even if they do, I think it's like the top like 3 or 4 teams make it into like the fantasy playoffs. It's not actually the NFL playoffs time. It's just near the end of the season. I think fantasy only goes until like week 15 or something like that, and then you have 2 weeks of playoffs where it's like 16 and 17 or what. However, I forget. I think NFL actually goes to week 19 or something. But yeah, that sucks. But anyways, I'll show I'll show the Bills game. I'll show the box score. I wouldn't put it past the Bills to make a comeback. Oh, they did go for a kick, so it's 13-6. So even if the Bills, or even if the Jets go somehow get another, oh, that's cool. It actually tells me information about the Bills when you look them up. Bills repeated their title game victory over the Chargers in 1965 and 66. They again returned to the AFC. Huh. That's cool. Wait, support for who? What were white face masks during the upcoming season beyond? This is due to the popular support for them. Okay, somebody liked it apparently. Yeah, I wouldn't put it past the Jets to come back. I mean, Zach Wilson is not having a good game, but he's getting them to the area where they can kick and get some points on the board, because Josh Allen is not having a good game. I mean, he has a 94.6 QBR rating, but he is not doing good. Man, James Cook is cooking. Gabe Davis is not doing as Dalton Kincaid has 17 points. How much does Dalton Kincaid? He actually has more than Dawson Knox. So that is actually very interesting. I was going to pick up Dalton Kincaid too. I want to see if somebody picked him up. He right now has 6 points. I think I had him and then dropped him because I was unsure if where was it? I was unsure if he was gonna have a good game, and I checked both my leagues for available players because the point system is different. He has 6.7, so there's he only has 4.7. I should have looked at the bottom. That's not as great, but yeah, if the Jets can get 3 more points, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, my brain thought they'd go over 10, but if they can get 3 more points, they're right back in this game because they've been holding the Bills, which is huge for the Jets. So we'll see what happens. So it is still the third quarter. There's still plenty of ball left. But for now, I will end the stream, or end the podcast. But thank you for tuning in. You're awesome. Stay awesome. And Baka. Peace.